And a jolly good morning from Coverack. How are you this fine morning, Elaine?
Great. Raring to go. Just need reception.
Yes.
We had a good night's stay here, didn't we? This is the Paris Hotel, and as you can see, it's right on the coast path, which is amazing. Going to start yesterday from the Lizard and walk to Coverack, but the weather forecast changed and it was pretty gloomy and horrible yesterday. So we changed our plans and we've started from Coverack. Now we're walking to Helford. Tomorrow we're walking to Falmouth, then we're getting the bus back, and then on our final day we're walking from the Lizard back to this pub. We've left our car in the car park. The pub have been really accommodating. It's 7 o'clock in the morning. Breakfast isn't served until 8, but they've done us a wonderful packed lunch so we can make tracks, because we've got to get to Helford for 4:45, otherwise we miss the ferry.
We will. Glorious views this morning. Toilets, if you're just passing through. Other than the sound of seagulls, it's nice and quiet at 7:15 in the morning. The only other hotel in Coverack. First sign of the day, Porthoustock. Sorry if I pronounced that incorrectly. Porthoustock, 3.5 miles. Leaving Coverack behind. Lowland Point. We've already walked half a mile. Absolutely stunning this morning. Amazed there's still so many snowdrops. We're close to the ocean. You can hear the sound of waves. It's very muddy, rocky and wet on this first part. You need good boots. Are we out of the boggy area? Looks that way.
Right, here we have Simon, who's wonderful.
Sweating.
But what can you notice about him right now? Just right now. A really lovely rucksack, very practical, but he fails every single time to do up his waist strap and his chest strap, and that would make...
take this off first.
That would take...
Actually, look at this.
Dirty glasses.
No steaming. I think it's so...
Warm.
It's warm, but because it's first thing in the morning,
Yeah, I'm steaming.
we just go...
The glasses are very steamed up. It's nice to be out in the open, because when we were walking through all of those enclosed bits, there's so many little cobwebs marked on the path, and you're just walking into cobwebs the whole time. Right, let's see how he puts his rucksack on, guys. Here we go. Looks heavy. And they can't just be loose like a weak cuddle.
It's not a problem.
Lengthen them. Now he looks... Are you more comfortable?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? Can you feel the benefit? Yeah. I always feel like it's a little koala bear on my back, giving me a hug. Yeah, we had a lot of rain yesterday, so we were chatting to the lady. She said we missed the worst of the weather. And now we've got 3 days ahead of us of sunshine, which is what we want. Because everywhere looks better when it's sunny. Stepping stones. Stepping stones and the ocean. And the sunshine.
Stunning view. Oh, there's a fellow walker over there. Carrying on through the bogginess for now. The guide actually says this first part is very boggy.
Stay clean, because our second hotel is a little bit posher. It says to come down for dinner, smart casual. And all we've got is our walking boots. I've got spare trousers, but we'll have to try and
We
clean
don't stick a
these.
chance.
Let's hope they don't ban us from the dining room.
Well, We're arriving at Lowland Point. So, as always, before I forget, this is a 13-mile route between Coverack and Helford, and it's all classed as moderate. I think we're going to witness a lot of changing landscapes on this route. Look at this to our left. Stunning. And then look at this to our right. Also stunning. So we're at the point of Lowland Point. It's very beautiful. We're heading this direction. That looks like an old quarry over there, highlighting Cornwall's heritage and beautiful history. One always has to film official Southwest Coast Path signs when you see them. I think the signs are a little bit like a comfort blanket, quietly reassuring. The direction we're going in. We might be walking through a field of cattle soon. Always makes for an interesting walk. Good luck. She did it. We're assuming this part of the path is now open, because there is a Southwest Coast Path sign now. It just means we've got to walk through a field of cows, which Elaine's really looking forward to. We've made it past the cows. So this part of the route has only been here since spring 24, I think. Reading that sign earlier. This route doesn't even appear on our GPSs, but it's well trodden, considering it's only fish have been there for the last 12 months.
We survived the cows. I'm worn out because that hill was quite steep and I had to walk fast. Don't like cows.
I love them, so cuddly. So the path's taken us slightly inland. The guy does explain there are parts that take you across fields. Some parts of this coast are inaccessible, so the footpath diverges inland several times, such as now. Watching Pilgrim Paul's videos, we think he got lost around here. So we're carefully checking our map to make sure we're sticking to the right route. And at the moment we think we are. This is Porthoustock. I think it's pronounced that way. Porthoustock. So if you find yourself here, you are still on the path. Oh, and I can see a sign as well. Lovely. We've done 3.5 miles and we're 1.5 miles from Porthallow. Very significant Porthallow. Time to duck. Beautiful field of wildflowers we've just walked through. What we've seen from the map is this inland route now just takes us direct into Porthallow. We're thinking mostly through country lanes as well. Thought this section might be quite varied today. Definitely proving the case. So it says, coast path, inland route, Porthallow, 1.5 miles. For now we're just following the country lanes. little place here. It is only 9:45 in the morning. And here is the halfway marker on the official Southwest Coast path.
Just done over 5 miles.
Wow.
So we're going to eat a bit of sandwich because we haven't had any breakfast, and then crack on and see if we can either get across the stepping stones at low tide, or if not we have to walk all the way around the creek. You know, I think we'll be fine for the ferry. Didn't have breakfast at the hotel this morning because we wanted to leave early and they don't start too late. But look at this. Gammon, ham and tomato. Beautiful. And we've got crisps, and we've got nuts, and we've got fruit, and we've got chocolate. Perfect hotel. Recommend it.
Thank you, Paris Hotel.
Minehead is here. We walked all the way down here, all the way down here, all the way past Padstow, all the way around St Ives, all the way around the Lizard, Land's End, the Lizard, and we're now about here, I think, before the Helford crossing.
Next port of call, Flushing. So we've just climbed up, just gone 10:15. We've left Porthallow. Very nice spot. It's very steep to get to this bit. Let's see what happens next. We've just reached Nare Point. Next stage of today's route. Well, that's an interesting gate. Can you open the gate for me? Oh, it's locked. Well, dear. So this is officially the point of Nare Point. Stunning views.
That little bit there is the creek, and if it's low tide you can cross over the creek. There's some stepping stones which are really slippy, or you can wade, and then that estuary is where we get the ferry, so it doesn't even look that far to go, but we've got to walk in the estuary a little bit.
It's deceiving, isn't it?
Yeah, we could potentially wade across this.
Might be getting a little bit wet later on, or not. Got to judge it. St Anthony, 3.5 miles. So it's either 3.5 miles and stay dry,
or adventure,
or less if we wade. Right, we're heading around there, and because it's low tide, we're going to get across. Always some lovely villages en route. So pretty around here. Depends if we're going to cross the river. What a difference. So, if we were going the long way round, we'd be turning left here and going that way. However, if it's low tide and it's possible to cross, the guide says you can make your way across here. By chance, this very moment, it's low tide. Well, he's heading this way, so hopefully we can make our way across. We were speaking to a chap at the previous bay, and he said you don't need to take your boots off, as it's about 1 inch deep. And he's already going for it. And that's why we've got to head for the church. according to the guide. We decided to take our boots off after all. It's not that shallow. Shallow, but not shallow enough to leave the boots on. As highlighted by Elaine. Trouble is, I've got very sensitive feet, and the tiniest of stones will make me go ow, 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 ow. Mind you, a lot of this is actually seaweed. Nice. Actually quite pleasant. Cold, but pleasant. This is further than what you realise. It's supposed to be stepping stones somewhere, which is supposed to be very slippy and dangerous. Hence the reason why we're paddling instead. Just one more little stretch to go. Oh, these stones are so painful. Ow. Well, we've made it. We've made it. Boots back on. So we're at St Anthony. This is the local church. And it's just noon. It's 12 o'clock. We've done amazing for time. We've been ever so lucky being here at low tide and crossing the creek. A rare opportunity. Now we're heading on up. We have a sign. So 2 3/4 miles to Helford. So it says through the moss. So we've made it to Dennis Head now. And there's some glorious views up here. You can see where we've come from. Nare Point, for example. Beautiful. Beautiful river. We will be getting a ferry across here later on. Just found ourselves a bench with a stunning view. And it's time for spot of lunch. Ham sandwiches part 2. 2 1/4 to Helford Point. And hopefully the ferry. This must have made a sound when it crashed. This has been a long 2 miles. We've got just over half a mile to go to the ferry. We've been walking with the river to our right. Haven't seen much of it due to the undergrowth. And this has been a very, very muddy path. That's where we're heading for. Just got to find a boat to take us across. Getting closer. We're feeling it now. We've done just over 11 miles. Coast path to village and ferry. Up steps. That's honesty for you. It is cruel. Oh, it is cruel. Here's the boat. Good timing. Helford River boats. Costs, times, etc. That was really useful. £7 each one way.
We've done 12.61, but we did 0.42 by the ferry, roughly, because that's how far it is back to Helford Point. We have moving time is just 5 hours 15, total time we've just been sat here for the last hour, haven't we?
We have.
8 hours doing nothing. So this has been about just over 12 miles because we managed to cross the creek at low tide. If you didn't manage to cross the creek, it would probably be another 1.5 miles added onto that. It's been okay. It's been a lovely day. A bit overgrown in parts, a bit muddy in parts.
The first third was probably boggy. The guide does say it's boggy. And the final third was quite narrow and muddy in parts.
Single file, slippy.
The middle bit was the best. Yeah, I got very, very muddy, and I've been in the...
Cleaned you up a bit, ready to go into the hotel.
Shall I show you? My walking trousers have been washed out in the ocean. Oh, we've got to clean the boots as well. We've cleaned the boots out in the ocean, haven't we, before we head to our hotel, which is just up the road here in Helford.
That's a mile.
Is it a mile, Elaine? Do you think you're not going to make it?
I might just need to go to sleep.
And then tomorrow morning we come back down here and I'll show you the footpath sign. We've come from the ferry at Helford. We're going to be going right here towards Durgan, that way. So we're still walking, heading towards our hotel for tonight in Helford. We think we're Helford Passage side, and there's not many hotels this side. Accommodations quite sparse, and this one was quite reasonable, but to get there you've got to walk about, well, almost a mile. It's about like 0.42 of a mile as the crow flies to the beach, but as we can't fly, it's almost a mile, so you can imagine we're quite tired at the moment. It's a hotel, 4-star hotel. I just hope they're expecting a couple of weary hikers. The hotel driveway is almost as long as our walk. Hotel reception straight on. Next time you'll see us, we'll be in our room. Room number 48. And apparently we've had a bit of a free upgrade. Wow, this is nice. Oh. View of the golf course. We have telly. This is a large room, and honestly we got this at bed and breakfast prices. Newsflash, we've got a bath. Hello. We have a lovely bathroom. As Lane mentioned, we have a bath. Perfect after walking 11, 12 miles. How many miles have we walked? 12. Right, cup of tea.
Absolutely parched. So, if you've watched the video already, we started today at Coverack, heading off from the Paris Hotel at 7 a.m. and we walked all the way to Porthallow, which is the official halfway point. Woohoo! Then we continued round, fortunate enough to cross the creek at very low tide, and then to Helford, and we caught the ferry over to Helford Passage, where we stayed in a rather nice hotel for the night. Look at that stretch coloured in. Woohoo!
We hope you've enjoyed today's vlog and hike. Don't forget to click the like button and feel free to drop a comment. We also have a dedicated playlist of our Southwest Coast Path journey to date. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on our next hike.